Hi guys, Chris here with Super Savvy Travelers. Hey, before I do anything, please like this video and subscribe to our channel because we have a lot of great stuff coming up. So we're getting ready to head back to Italy. So we've been kind of running around doing all kinds of stuff, prepping, because we're going to be there for a very long time, as we always are. But Pete was able to find a beautiful property in Abbadia di Montepulciano. Now, Montepulciano, the region around it is very beautiful. The Tuscan hillsides, you know, pointy cypresses and all that kind of stuff that we just love when we think of Tuscany. And Abbadia is no different. It's a beautiful little town, very close to hospitals, very close to services, restaurants, everything you need is just right there. So, and I will tell you that initially when we were looking for property in that area to move our base of operations, we did kind of look at this particular property here. We didn't actually go in because we found our house, which is a total no-brainer. But this one's a nice property. It's a very good price. It has 80 square meters living area, but a huge garage down below, which you could do something with. I think the garage is bigger than the actual living space down below. Lots of opportunities there. But what I love about it, it's 2 beds, 1 bath. The bedrooms are big. Everything's big in there. A nice sized kitchen. And it's got a beautiful garden, which I love. So let's take a look at this, shall we? Now, the first photo is the back of the house. You have a gorgeous patio out there, and I absolutely love it. Lots of outdoor space, and there looks like there's a little balcony up there, which is very nice. Unfortunately, you don't get a view from the photos showing you what it looks like from the balcony, but I would assume there's somewhat of a view. That whole area is on a ridge, and it's very likely there's some little farm views or something like that, hill views. In the distance. I can't swear to it, but when we get there, maybe we can go through this with Mirko because it's one of his. All right, another view from the back. Cute little balcony. Of course, I would immediately put a coffee station up there because why not? And here's a view of the garden. Look how big it is. Oh my gosh. And there's trees there. It looks like there's an olive tree. I would have a little vegetable garden right there because why would you not? It's such a beautiful place. Gigi would love it. She would be able to run around and have a wonderful time. And I put up some, some nice plants that are fun to look at. Maybe even a little barrier there of hydrangeas or some kind of plant that's beautiful to look at from the house that sort of hides the buildings on the side. You know, the other buildings, they're not unsightly, but it's always nice when you feel like you just have a lot of greenery around you. I don't know why, I just love that feeling. Now, here's the kitchen, and the kitchen is quite big, as with most of these houses in Abbadia. It's got the marble chip floors, terrazzo tile floors. They look to be in beautiful shape. I noticed one thing about several of the houses in this area is they have a drop ceiling, one of those sort of industrial drop ceilings. Not my favorite. What would I do? Well, it depends on what's behind the drop ceiling and why it's there. If there's all kinds of pipes and tubes and stuff like that, you could immediately have them put in carton gesso. Carton gesso is wallboard. You could have a wallboard false ceiling put up there. You could even put in faux beams. They have beautiful faux beams now that are gorgeous. And you could basically just replace that ceiling with a carton gesso ceiling, which I would do in a heartbeat. I just don't like those drop ceilings. I had them in my bedroom when I was a kid. Here's another view of the kitchen. You have a door going out, probably to the garden to pick all your herbs and things like that. Amazing. Kitchen is very, very big. There's a lot of stuff in there, but if you took out a lot of that furniture and whatnot and put in a sleek new kitchen, it would be very stunning. And another view of the kitchen. You know, in Italy, they have, the kitchen is kind of like where they all sort of hang out, They got the TV there, they got the chairs, and then they got the dining table and whatnot. Very typically Italian lifestyle there. So this actually is sort of acting as a kitchen pranzo, almost soggiorno here, but there is a soggiorno. All right, here's another view of the kitchen. The kitchen is not in bad shape. It's got a nice, stove. It looks relatively modern. If it comes with the house, great. If not, you can get a new kitchen for really very inexpensive, probably around 5, 6, 7K for a good kitchen that's fit to your space. I think if you wanted all the bells and whistles, you could get, obviously go higher, but I think you could do pretty well with that. Kitchens are not expensive. They are considered furniture there. They do not normally come with the house. And I see that there's a stove there. Now, understand too that the stoves don't always come with the house. Like even if they're there for heating, it's not understood that things like heating stoves or pellet stoves or boilers or things like that, boiler stoves, do not come with the house. We found that out the hard way. Okay, now here's a picture of the soggiorno. Now don't be thrown off by this picture. It looks very small. However, on the floor plans, the soggiorno is actually larger than each of the 2 bedrooms, which are really quite large. So you can keep that in mind. There is a stove in there. In addition, I think I would probably change out the soggiorno area for one of the bedrooms. I would put the soggiorno in where you have the first bedroom because it's right across from the kitchen. And to me, that just makes more sense than going across the hall by the staircase and the ripostiglio to go into the soggiorno. However, it's up to you. It's really not much to change out the disposition of these rooms. Now here's the first bedroom. You can see it's really big. I mean, it's quite large. It's got a good sized desk in there that somebody could work on, a nice big armadio, and still tons of space. There's a lot of furniture in there that makes it look smaller, but it's really quite a big bedroom. And this is the bedroom that's right across from the kitchen, and you can see the kitchen through this door, so it does make sense to have your soggiorno pranzo right across from the kitchen there. For me, that would make more sense, but it's up to you. I mean, it's not badly laid out, and honestly, it's a really comfortable design. Here's the second bedroom. Look how big it is. That's a giant armadio in there. It's huge, and the bed itself is big, so it's a good sized bedroom. I like that. There's plenty of space in these bedrooms. There's another view of that bedroom, many views, and the bathroom. Okay, let's talk. That teeny tiny tubby thing, not my favorite. We're not teeny tiny tubby people, but that would make a brilliant shower. Just take out the tub, put in a nice shower pan, do that. The tile looks to be in great shape. If you like the floor tiles, you can keep them. I would change them out. If you're going to change stuff out, you may as well change out and get everything you want. However, those white tiles are pretty good. They're pretty neutral. They look to be in good shape. I would keep those and put in whatever tiles you want on the ground and take out that teeny tiny tubby and put in something a little bit better. Again, the older bidet and toilets, they stick out far from the wall. They're not very aesthetic. I would put in new ones. I would put in a new sink with the little drawers underneath, so you have storage. Just a little bit of love in this bathroom would go a very long way, and it's not going to be that expensive. You're not ripping out the whole thing. You're just kind of changing things around a little bit and putting in a shower in place of the tub. Now, here's the garage. It's massive. There's a car in there. There's a Vespa in there. I hope the Vespa comes with the house. Now, let me tell you, that Vespa is worth some money because it's an older Vespa. I doubt it comes with the house, but boy, would I love to have it. Anyway, here you are, another big piece of the garage here, which could be a workshop. It could be an art studio. It could be whatever you want it to be. And plenty of room for your car. And there's also a cantina, which is down below. So that is pretty nice. And what I like about the cantina, many of these cantinas do not have tile floors. They're just sort of dirt or old bricks or something like that. This is nice and clean, very well kept. And you can see they have all their canning and everything in there. Very nice. And here's a view from the garden. It's foggy a little bit that day, so you can't really see what's beyond it, but it is a nice view of the garden. You put up what I would put up. Okay, here's what I would do in the garden. You see that fence along this side here? Pointy cypresses, and in between the pointy cypresses, hydrangeas. Beautiful hydrangeas. And then you have this whole area for a little garden place for to have your herbs, your tomatoes, all the stuff you want if you want it. Little paths and things like that. It could be so pretty. And if you really sort of wall it in with some beautiful plants, flowering plants, you could have a gorgeous space here. I would just love that. And I love the brick wall in front and the little brick steps. Very beautiful. And here's a close-up at the garden. Not sure why. And now here you have the floor plans. You can see a catty corner from the kitchen is the soggiorno. You can mishmash that around all you want. And if you wanted to get a little deeper into a renovation there, you absolutely could. That negozio on the bottom, it says negozio, which means store or whatever, next to the garage. You could probably do all kinds of stuff with that. There's a bathroom down there too, I see. So, what about making that a separate guest quarter? You could do that. I would talk with Lorella about that if that's what you want. And then, of course, you got your private garden, which is absolutely gorgeous. So this one is ready to move into now. You could absolutely move in and find it habitable, very comfortable. And if you wanted to, you could do some upgrades. I think what I would do, I like the house. I like where it is. You move furniture around, it's fine, but I definitely would change out that bathroom. And, there is another bathroom down below. Maybe I'd put another bathroom in. I don't know. It depends. I think I'd have to go see it and go through it, and we'll see if we can do that when we get there. So there you go, guys. Stay tuned because we are heading back to Italy. We're going to hit Torrita di Siena because guess what's coming up? The donkey palio. You know the palio in Siena, which is the horse race that goes around and around, and it's all very exciting, and all of the contradas get all excited about it, and it's huge. we have a donkey palio in Torrita di Siena, and all the contrados get all excited, and it's really fun. But it's also a week of feasting and fun and beautiful excitement, you know, and the flag throw, the whole 9 yards. It's going to be great. So stay tuned for that, because we're going to show it to you. And we have a lot of stuff coming up. So just stay tuned. See you soon, guys.